Well, good afternoon to everyone and welcome to Viewpoint for today. Wendell Moore here with my guests. We are going straight up until about the 1 o'clock hour. But before we get into what we are about to talk about today, I just want to thank all of you who have made it a point of duty to join us here every noontime to be on the show. And if you're watching us by way of TV Carib, I'm almost looking the wrong direction. Okay, my camera is here. If you're joining us by way of TV Carib, we want to say good afternoon to you as well and thank you for being in the audience. All right, I'm here with a company called Safe St. Martin, and it has to do with an environmentally friendly project that I think, especially those folks who are involved in restaurants, may want to know about. It has to do with a recycling of cooking oil. We'll be talking to Remy, who is responsible for making sure that everyone knows about this, and he would be giving us all the information that we would need to have in relation to how we can get that wasted material that often is tossed in a hole somewhere be restored and can be used again, and of course also making a provisions for you not to contaminate this wonderful piece of earth called St. Martin. So I think this is really good. Good afternoon to you, Remy. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm fine. I'm fine.
All right. Nice to have you. I believe what you bring forward, I'm sure some people would see it as an excellent idea or a privilege for them to know how they can properly dispose of their waste. So right now, it's only cooking oil.
Yes, sir.
So what do you do with this once it gets to you?
Well, what we actually do with it is we recycle it and we ship it off island. We let the island stay clean and you give it a second life.
How did you come up with this? What caused you to think about this?
Well, we already coming from the branch from Holland, and one of our family members has a big recycle company, and well, we started to work in St. Martin and we saw that everybody was dumping their cooking oil. And it shouldn't be dumped.
I know.
So, by that time, we came to a point to say, well, we'll pick it up.
Okay. Were you doing this before the hurricane, or this came up only after the hurricane?
Yes, we started with the before the hurricane, and then we still had a job, but we were doing the cooking oil recycling on the side. And then after Irma, we didn't have a job anymore, so we were fully focused on the cooking oil, and we wanted to stay on a beautiful island.
So you now is appealing to those folks, and I would like to believe that you're more concentrating on those people who runs restaurants. Is that so?
Yes, sir.
What would you like to say to them when it comes to when they have this extra resource of wasted material? You know, you can only use it for a period of time. After that, you need to have it changed.
Correct.
So what would you say to those folks?
Well, we just, how we work is actually really simple. We pass by one time a week, and everything is for free. We pick it up for free. There's no cost available, and yeah, that's how we work. We pass by.
So you would prefer to pick it up and not give them the burden of having to get it to you. So they just need to keep it stored.
Yes.
And you'll come by, but how can they reach you? Well, how can they get to you to let you know?
Well, we have a Facebook page as well. It's called Safe St. Martin, Safe SXM. And we also have the contact number.
Okay.
We will be giving.
All right, the contact number. They can reach you by email too as well?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think I have that information here. Let me just share it for those who may want to write this down. The number is 721-580 721-580-6251. The last four digits, 6251. And the email is sxmoilrecycling@yahoo.com. Simple, sxmoilrecycling@yahoo.com. Of course, we'll be giving you this later on in the show, but for those of you who may want to take it down now. So what would be happening is, when you have decided that you have used that oil enough and it's time to get rid of it or to have it changed, you can get to Save SXM by way of the number that I just shared with you, or maybe email, and let them know that you have this stored ready for pickup. Now, it means, Remy, that they would have to have some type of container to keep it until you get there. And is there a specific amount that you would pick up, or
No, we pick
it
up.
doesn't matter how much it is?
No, it doesn't matter. A lot of restaurants use more oil than the other restaurants, so we have the facility to give them a small, normal drum.
Or you will give it, you'll supply them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So they can pour it in, and every week we pass by, we come and check the drum. If you use a little bit of amount of oil, however you buy it, you just use it, pour it back, and we'll pick it up.
All right. So it doesn't matter about the quantity. Whatever it is, you
Correct.
recycle it all.
Correct.
How has been the response? How those people who know what you're doing, how has been their support at this stage?
Well, they support us a lot. They really like the idea, and they really like to let the island stay clean as well. So every time we pass by, oh, look, the oil mans. So they're really happy to see us. And we come with a smile.
You don't, you don't mind. You don't mind the oil man, right?
No, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. That's what we do, right?
Yeah, I know. Okay, so they like the idea, and also I did mention in the earlier stage of the program about the environmentally friendly aspect of it. I think that is something that we should appreciate, especially those people who have environment at their forefront, who consider the environment, because then this wouldn't be leaking into our environment, but it would be recycled and stored. So when this is recycled, can do you know what it looks like? Like in the Netherlands, is it goes back to oil again that it can be used?
Well,
What do you know?
what they're doing with the cooking oil in Holland is actually they make food for animals as well with it.
Oh, yeah.
They make soap for us as well,
Okay.
with a lot of ingredients as well, and a lot of chemical reactions, and they make biodiesel as well, etc.
Oh, so it really goes back into use.
Yes, correct. It's
Alright.
been a second life. They give it a second life.
Yeah, I do know about that second life. I had some folks here who were talking about what can be done for some things that we might consider waste, and may want to burn it, when in fact it can be recycled and turned into something else. It don't normally go back to its original state, right? Like oil, it won't be reproduced as oil you can use over again.
No, sir.
They
No.
just use it for other items.
Yes.
So you're looking forward to making sure that people know how they can get their oil picked up on a regular basis. You say picked up on a monthly basis?
No, we pick it up once a week.
Oh.
And we pass by once a week, automatically. You
But
don't.
would you find people providing oil once a week, or maybe a little
Well,
bit?
some of them have some oil once a week. Some of them have every 2 weeks. Some of them
Okay.
have every month.
Oh.
But we still come. We
Yeah.
still show our faces. It's really nice to see our customers happy, to see us happy,
Okay.
and yeah, that's how we do it.
So then this is gathered by your person, and then you ship this off to Holland.
Yes.
When you ship this off to Holland, do you actually is told, well, this is not enough, we need more, or how does that impact what you are doing as a business now? Because I think it's a family business. I must
Correct.
mention this. You're supported, of course, by your mom and dad,
Yes.
who, of course, is using this as a means of work as well, because you said after the hurricane, not much was happening. So, do you think you have enough to be able?
No. What our goals are as well is to get every single corner of the island to recycle the cooking oil.
That include the French side as well?
If it's possible, yes.
Have you been making any effort to
Well,
include
some
the French side?
people hear about us in the French side, and they would like to work with us as well.
Oh, okay.
So
But you don't mind. The
No, no, we don't
The
mind,
more,
we
the
don't
merrier.
the more the better for the island.
Yeah, because we won't want to be recycling that on the south side, which is Phillipsburg, and then we have on the other side it's been dumped.
Correct.
All of it we'd like to get. All right, I'm here with Remy Laga, who is, in fact, doing the PR for his family business, which is Save SXM. It's a recycling of cooking oil. And of course, for those of you who owns restaurant, you might be the ones who would want to seize this moment, because usually you're the ones who have the larger quantity of wasted oil or oil that has been used. And one way of getting it stored properly is to get in touch with Save SXM. They have a Facebook page, and it is Safe SXM as well.
Yes.
Safe SXM. And just ask for Remy. He would be able to come and get you the information, maybe a small container that you can restore the oil. Please don't dump it. Save it. They'll come by and pick it up. The rest of the process is in their hands, and they're just asking for your cooperation. All right. 580 is the number. 6251. 580 6251. And if you like, you can also send them an email. And the email is SXM Oil Recycling, SXM OIL RECYCLING, Oil Recycling at yahoo.com. And Remy, I'm sure that you would like to make this not only a business that supports itself, but also a practice that, of course, will help to keep the island clean. Is there any type of other material that, seeing that you come from a background in the Netherlands where they do a lot of recycling, is there any other things that you might be looking at as possible?
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet.
First, we need to have the cooking oil ready and going, and then you can take something else. But first, focus on one point.
The oil.
Yes.
All right, folks. We are just about halfway through. I want to thank Remy for sharing this information with us in regards to the possibility of properly storing your cooking oil. And again, this goes mostly for those of you who owns restaurants. So if you're listening to this and you know someone who is actually, owns a restaurant or runs a restaurant, and at times you see them get rid of this oil in some form or fashion, we'd like them to know that they can get in touch with Save SXM, and they are the cooking oil recycling group here on the island who would be able to make provisions for you to store that oil. They'll come and pick it up on a weekly basis and make sure that it's stored properly. Any money involved in all this?
No, sir.
No.
We pick it up for free.
Yeah. So they just need to provide the oil.
They just need to put it back into the drum. How they bought it.
Yeah. And you come and pick it up.
Yes.
And that's it. All right, folks, let's take a break. When we do, we will come back right here on Viewpoint. For now, let's take a short break.